record straight. You and me, we ain't nothing alike. Let's set the record straight. Those words you say, they hold no weight, they like. Let's set the record straight. You'll never break the...
Hello everyone, welcome back to another custom die-cast review. Today we have a 1/24 scale die-cast review. This is kind of weird if you know me. Not a Hamlin fan, but I made a Hamlin race win. This is the 2019 Bristol race. Of course, the one where all the Matty D fans kind of felt pain that night. But yeah, this is the race win. I guess this never got produced, and I had a customer on eBay contacted me through eBay, and I was like, hey, I'm kind of wanting, 2 cars done. Are you, able to do it? And I'm like, well, I normally don't take, any type of commissions or anything. I don't really take any custom requests. But sure, what are you looking for? So I was looking for 2 cars. This was one of them. So I done this one for him. Just finished it yesterday, I believe, and I have not started on the other one as of right now. But this is why this was even made. I could not find the 2019 variant of this car, so I had to go with the 2021, and I had to reprint my own decals. So the winter stickers are printed, the banner up here is printed, these are printed down here, and I want to say there's something else I printed, but I'm not too sure. I don't know, probably not, but this is the Bristol win in the 1/24 scale. This is not an Elite or anything, it's just an ARC, but I tried to add some Elite-like detail, or at least back in the day. So here's just a small 360. I did remove the window and stuff like that. Just, because details, I guess, right? But yeah, pretty cool little car. I actually had fun making this thing. Again, not a Hamlin fan, but, it's still kind of a cool thing to, do for somebody. And he threw up a really good offer for a decent price. So I'm like, you know what? That should be pretty simple. Might as well. Again, I tried to find the 2019 variant, and I just could not. So we had to improvise, but we got it done. So let's go ahead and take a look here. Normally, some of this would rub off, like the race wear. And it was a very dirty race car, by the way. I didn't, really over-exaggerate with this, but this was a very dirty race car. And normally, it would rub off, but I actually kind of coated it on there, so it shouldn't go anywhere anytime soon. So, right here on the front, got Camry. Bunch of race wear built up there. It is Bristol after all, and I learned a brand new little feature, or a little tactic that I'm able to do. If you look, in the top part of the hood here, you can see, those little streaks, up here. Not the heavier ones, but the more lighter ones that are, kind of in the background, or it kind of looks like they're in the background. That is something I learned out how to do accidentally. I guess my paintbrush was a little dirty, had a little bit of black paint on there, and when I was brushing over the car, it was leaving these streak marks, and I'm like, dude, that looks pretty good. So I just kept doing that over the entire car, and it made for a pretty cool grime effect. So that was awesome. Figured out how to do that. I got, again, the custom printed banner there. It's a little split, but I had to because this hood, or this windshield is just way too curved for it to be straight across, or the banner was straight across. I got some detail on the dashboard there. I actually painted the roll cage. I painted the steering wheel. What else did I paint? Steering wheel, roll cage, the gear shifts. I think I painted something else in there too. But here's the roof there. Of course, you got some more race wear. FedEx freight. The roof flaps do deploy, but this one is, I guess it kind of came broken, so it's a little it's hard to open, but you can get it open. And I did cut the winter sticker, that way you can still open the roof flap if you really tried. But from the factory, I think this was used, so it wasn't straight from the factory. This roof flap right here is kind of malfunctioning a little bit. For whatever reason, it's not one to open all the way unless you kind of pry it open. But it does open. It's just kind of hard to get open. So, yeah, I did cut the winter sticker just in case he wanted to lift it up. But it does work. It's just kind of stubborn. So, we can bypass that. Got Hamlin right here on the... Oh, you can see my phone in the windshield. Wow, look at that. I got a blue phone. Anyway, Hamlin there. Of course, you got the painted back part here because that's where the DIN number was, and this is a custom, so there is no DIN number. It's only 1 out of 1. FedEx on the deck lid here. I even went as far as to add the little pieces of tape, I guess you could say, on the little pins there. So right here on the back, oh, actually, hold on. I did detail on the spoiler. You can see on the front part of the spoiler, there's some buildup. Now to the back, we got some more buildup back here. A little bit of scratches and scrapes on the bottom of the bumper there. It is Bristol. You're going to get pushed around a little bit. Pretty grimed up on the back. Got Camry. I got the tail lights there, XSE camera. And you got the 11 there as well. Over here on this side, got FedEx. Got a little bit of race damage, not a whole lot, but there's some there. I guess he kind of scraped the wall earlier in the race, that is. FedEx Freight, you got a little bit of race wear, or race used tire. You got some, I guess that's damage. I'm not sure. This right here was a little heavier patch. I go down, got some of the exhaust markings. I got a donut mark there. Of course, that's just damage. And then you can see I did take the window out because it's a short track. They don't run them at like Martinsville or Bristol. I don't know if they run them at Dover or not, and I know they don't run them on road courses. So over here, I did have to, again, kind of remake these decals. So I got the Monster decal. I had to completely remake the TuneIn NASCAR Heat4.tv logo because I had a couple people actually try to give me it, and whenever I printed it out, it just was not doing so hot. So I just remade it myself. So that's why it may not look spot on. NASCAR race car, mechanics wear, 3M, Lincoln Welders, and K&N. I kind of read those two backwards. Got some damage around the front here. I'm not too sure how or why that happened, but there's damage there nonetheless. Goodyear, got some more Goodyear tires, or used up tires. Again, going back to the front, got a very, very dirty race car. Just bristoled up, baby. You know, it's all kinds of worn out. So there's that side and that front end. You got a little more here. A little bit of damage. I think that's damage right there, or it could just be some sort of rubber buildup. Now, if you look closely, you can see the Great Clips or the Sports Clips logos. Or was it? No, is it? Yeah, Sport Clips, I'm sorry. Underneath the decals, that's proof that I actually printed those off. But I didn't know that at the time. I didn't know that would seep through. So I painted it over on the other side, then put the decal on. So I tried to cover it with a little bit of markings there. But window net is down. FedEx Freight, once again, a little more race wear. A little bit of, let's see, gas spillage back here. And then you can kind of look in the cockpit there. You can see the detail. Oh, maybe you can kind of see the detail I did in there. Not a whole lot, but there is some. You can see I painted the roll cage and whatnot. And, of course, we did do the undercarriage. I always do the undercarriages for these cars, whether they're 164 or 124. So we just got the standard LW3 detail we have underneath here, like we always do. This up front here, this front half was already painted, but I continued it. Painted this silver to match with the drive or the transmission and stuff, which is what I normally do anyway on the 164s and stuff. Painted this back area here, the axle on these kind of like support brackets. Painted those black. Whatever this thing is, painted that red. Of course, you got the fuel cell, or the fuel tank, I guess, kind of painted red as well. But, folks, that is not all. I've also done a little bit of interior detail on the engine. Now, before I show you, I just want to specify that I normally never do this type of detail on the engines. But he commented, or not commented, but contacted me from a post that I had on, or a listing, I guess I had on eBay, and it was my Denny Hamlin Martinsville car. If you don't know, I put in a lot of detail. I even made the deck lid open, all that fun stuff, and nobody has bought it yet, so I might just keep it in the collection either way. Actually, I think I took it down, actually. But, yeah, so I normally don't do this type of detail, but if you go back and look at that car, I did a fair amount of extra stuff that I normally would not do. And I asked him, hey, do you want this specific detail here? And he's like, well, it don't matter. It's going to be in a case anyway, so I don't really care. But because he did pay a pretty good price, willingly, just threw the number at me. I was like, all right, that's cool. Just decided to put a little extra detail. So here is some of the detail I got going on in here. Not a whole lot, but I try to reenact like the tethers we used to see back in the day on the Elite detail. Kind of scooch that in for you if you want to take a closer look. Because I actually like doing that detail. It's just, it's kind of tedious and it's a little aggravating for the most part. But I did do the little, tethers here. My secret is rubber bands. But they still look really good. And then you can see I painted that silver, which it's hard to see. But I promise you, Sarah, that I painted this, the very top part black instead of silver. Because that's just how the engine was as far as I remember. And, all that fun stuff. So I did add a little more detail than what I would normally do. But again, he was paying a pretty fair price, so I figured even if he didn't care for the detail, I would still put that effort in. Just to make sure that he got what he paid for, basically. So, yeah, that's pretty much the car. Very, very nice. I have to ship it out tomorrow. So, again, it's already been paid for. Not for sale. Not will be for sale ever again, because I'm not going to spend my time unless somebody offers me around about the same price if they really want one done. So, yeah, that's going to be pretty much it for this diecast review or custom diecast review. I do want to mention though, just for an extra little bit of detail, 4 winter stickers on this side and there's 3 on the other side. If you don't believe me, boom, 3 winter stickers and then 4 on this side. That was back in the day when they used to put the winter stickers in Victory Lane on the car before the whole pandemic happened. And sadly, they stopped doing that. I even went into further detail to put all these 3 together as close as possible with it looking like straight. And I even put this one just a wee bit back, a little bit, as it, like, for it to look like it was put on by somebody instead of decoded on by like a professional, car wrap designer or whatever. So, yeah, I even put in that tiny little bit of detail. So I did put some effort, some good effort into this car. Obviously, I try to do my best with these die casts, but this one, spent a little more time on. I actually tried to get more detail into it, trying to make it look a lot better than I normally would. So, that's what we kind of came out with, was this beautiful die cast right here. But, with that being said, I do believe that'll be all for this diecast review, so thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.